got to change the ending of that, man.
Hey man, I mean, for the new season, we'll come up with a new intro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure y'all got some game winners over other teams, man. You ain't got to keep doing that.
Hey, thanks everybody that's rocking with us. This is Tate from the Know It Alls podcast, the homie June from the Bleachers and Speakers podcast, Pistons Post Game is who he's representing right now because we talking basketball, but we can talk about whatever you want. It's just how we get down.
Yeah, let me get right for the people. It's post game podcast for the Pistons, and you can find us on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. I know it's kind of confusing, but FFSN won't let you do two sports on one title, so that's why we had Bleachers and Speakers, which was originally a Lions podcast, and that was the YouTube channel, and we just added post game podcast to that channel as well. Me and Foster, we run both of those podcasts. So, but I am glad to be here. There's no, sometimes it's only two standing, man. That's something, that's what we got with the final two teams standing. And tonight's show, it's me and Tate, and we running the show, man. Shout out to Foster, shout out to the guys from Chicago. But hey, we here.
Yeah, man, and that's what you alluded to, far as the Bleachers and Speaker podcast channel, right? That's what they do. I mean, everything First Rate Chicago do, basketball, baseball, everything's on that channel too. So
yeah, they got a whole roster though, man. They got about 5-6 guys, and you got Pay believing he's feeling like a CEO right now, and he appoints stuff. And if he can't appoint anything, he just won't do it. That's why he's not here.
That's why nobody's here.
Foster's under the weather, so it is what it is.
But if you're familiar with the Know It Alls, and especially the Homies podcast, y'all know how Pay do, man. No telling. I think he on vacation, tell the truth, but I mean, I sent the invite to the Sports Life and Hip Hop. I did send it to them because I wasn't counting on Pay, so I sent it to them directly. So nobody's available. Nobody's available. Me and June got plenty of commentary and content, and most importantly, on the Know It Alls channel, we got knowledge for you. Yeah. So we're gonna try and drop some of that. But June, how's your week been, man? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, what's today? Monday. It feels like it's Thursday already, man. That's what it feels like. I had a chill weekend, but this Monday was. I had a day from hell, but this makes it all better. I love doing the podcast. I love doing media content. You know what I'm saying? I rushed home after work. Luckily, I only worked 10 minutes away from my house. So even leaving the parking lot, I have to park across the street from the facility I work at. And I'm home 15 minutes after I leave the door. So Tim, man, stuff happens, bro. Stuff happens, man. We started a little late. We here though. We're here. What's going on? We here.
We're here, Tim. You know how it is every week, man. I mean, the times you see on YouTube are tentative. You know what I mean? Like 8:00 mean like between 8 and 8:08, right? That's
I mean, we've been going for about 5 minutes. It's 8:11. We got here about 8:06. That's we get some grace period, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just got off work. I just found out Pay and none of his crew is showing up. CEO Pay. You know what I mean? And it's really just the three of us: the Cavs, the Pistons, and the Bulls. I mean, you think, man, it would be good if we had a consistent Pacers person.
Well, hey, well, Tim, I tell you what, I got a proposition for Tim. I'm reading this comment. He said, if I was watching basketball all the time, like y'all, I'll do it with y'all. But sorry, I don't. Look, me, you, Tate can collab on any kind of sports show whenever you're ready. We can do football, we can do baseball, we can just talk about current events in sports, whatever you want to talk about, just for content. We are willing. I know we all represent a team, but we can do some sports stuff together. So
collectively, I'm definitely with that.
We can I can get my listeners to chime in to you, kind of like cross promotion. So it'll work.
Great idea. Definitely think it'll work. Tim, give give Bleachers and Speakers and uh Sports Life and Hip Hop, all them guys a follow. I see. Well, it looks like to me you joined the IG family today, man. So you stepping out there, man, to the whole modern new world, Christopher Columbus. You know? So go ahead and give everybody a follow on that Instagram, Tim. We appreciate you, bro. You know, my boy Gavin Anthony in the building. Gavin's a Cav person, you know.
Yeah, I
Gavin.
believe that, Gavin, a consistent Bucks person would have helped until probably next year. I mean, we didn't have any Bucks representative. We had Indiana Pacer representative every now and then, but we didn't have any Bucks representative, and we needed that.
Yeah, so Tim already follow y'all.
Yes, he does, man. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Shout
Tim
out Tim.
Tim is a good guy. And you know what? He has a team, the Bengals, which I don't hate. I actually, like watching the Bengals. I have nothing against them. So it's always good to talk to somebody that has a team I don't hate. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about
Yeah.
anything.
So you hate the Cavs.
I don't hate the Cavs.
You hate LeBron.
I don't like LeBron.
That's like hate the
He,
Cavs. But
he,
okay.
what he did in that third quarter, 29 points in that third quarter, and I was right there. That made me not like it.
Oh, GStacks. Hey man, shout out to you, man, for being a Pacer fan and repping them all these years. My brother been a Pacer fan for longer than you. He's 48, so had 10 more years longer. But yeah, ever since I know since like Chuck Person or into the early Reggie Miller days,
That
man.
person was a beast.
Chuck Person is very underrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the NBA list, he probably, as I think about it, probably the second best basketball player from Auburn after Charles
After
Barkley. I
Barkley,
mean,
yeah. After Barkley, for sure.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So I mean, anytime you the second best ever at a major D1 university, to me, you was good.
Well, now we got a Pacers fan here. And I don't know if Tate has eaten enough crow, but Tate has said from the beginning of the season that Indiana would take a step back.
I did,
And look
and
at here.
that's a perfect segue because what I was going to open with is where Tate was wrong. Definitely, like
Now,
like Colin Coward, where Colin was right, Colin was wrong. This is where Tate was wrong.
now, do you see why I always said I would rather play the Knicks first round as a Piston than the Pacers? Because I knew that last month of the season how good the Pacers were, and they were dynamite. I didn't want any parts of the Pacers for the first round. Now, we didn't fare that well versus the Knicks, of course, but I thought we matched up better with the Knicks, and the Pacers are just, hey, once they beat Boston, was it Boston?
It was Boston.
Once they
They
beat
beat Boston
Boston,
4-1. Yeah.
yeah, once they beat Boston, I said, oh man, they're going to the finals.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was being a hater, man, because they beat my Cavs. I was rooting for the Knicks, but I had no reason to root for the Knicks. You know what I mean? Actually, Gavin, GA, my brother is a Pacers fan and not a Guardians fan. He's a New York Mets fan in baseball. So this has been a good year for him, man. He's obviously, look around, family, Ohio State fan.
Uh,
He's a Philadelphia Eagles football fan.
uh,
And now he's going for the trifecta.
he's doing really well right now.
Really well. And really, I'm not, it's way too early, but the Mets are a good team right now.
Yeah, the Mets good. Mets
You
are good.
know, I don't think I've ever known anybody that's a fan of the four major sports. Well, basketball, baseball, football, but college football as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And go 4 for 4 the single year as far as your team winning the
That
championship.
would be insane. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that would be insane. That would be insane.
Now, for me, for years, the Pistons and the Lions, that's just two couldn't get on the same page as far as success.
Oh yeah.
So it's always the Lions would have a good season every now and then Pistons went on a drought. So it was like we never, and then the Tigers went on a drought. So it's just right
You
now.
always you always had the Red Wings
The Red Wings right now on a drought.
drought, yeah, but they got a history of being competitive. I'm getting that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, this is probably. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but it's like the last time we had two teams that were kind of successful at the same time might have been the Red Wings and the Pistons at the same time.
When was that? The early 2000s.
Ooh, yeah, yeah,
I was gonna say, as far as my sports fandom goes, remembering Detroit, I think in the early '90s, the Pistons was on top of the NBA, obviously, and
yeah,
the Lions with a young Barry Sanders in his third or fourth year went
yeah.
to the NFC Championship. Now,
91. Yeah,
yeah, they didn't do much after that, but they were both. I
no,
think that's the highest they've been together collectively until around this era right now.
yeah, yeah.
At the same time,
And I actually think the hype wasn't around the team so much. It was like Barry was so amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it was more hype. Like the Lions had a terrible season the season after they lost to the Redskins in 91. But they were just enamored by what Barry Sanders did every season after that. So Detroit might actually have something going on in terms of sports. I thought the Red Wings were okay, even though they missed the playoffs. They were a couple of games out from missing the playoffs. They had a resurgence this year, though. The the Red Wings actually played a lot better than they have in the past, and they were very close to getting back into playoff contention. They were very close. So,
yeah, no, I completely understand. What Tim say? How did the Red Wings do? Well, it sounds like they just missed the playoffs by a couple games.
they were improved, but they fell a little short of the playoffs. They were improved though.
Detroit don't have a WNBA team no more, do they?
No, we used to have a shot back then,
Right.
coached by Bill Lambert. Won a
What happened with that?
and the WNBA wasn't very profitable, and even though they won a championship here, just kind of died down after that. I think they left Detroit and went to another city, and I think the team just dissolved altogether.
With the resurgence of women's basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and they're adding additional teams. I believe next year Portland has a franchise, and somebody else has a franchise that's going to be on the way. Let's say on the way, because I could say something else and it would definitely be considered no Diddy.
Yeah,
So I won't go
Detroit put in a bid for a WNBA team, and they weren't granted.
Yeah, so did Cleveland. But I mean, I think as the sport continues to grow, because I think it's growing pretty good right now. A lot of people are into women's basketball,
Yeah,
college and professional. It could happen. It could happen. I mean, I think Detroit is a market that I think would support a basketball team and probably have a good culture based off the grit and grind of the city, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. They and then on top of that, it seems like every year for the past few years, they have that one standout female college player that everybody like. This year, it would have been Juju. She tore her ACL, but I think if she doesn't tear her ACL, she's the number one pick coming out of
In
college.
this year or next year?
She would have been next year
Yeah,
but
she
she's
could
going.
come out this year.
Yeah, she's going to miss most of the season because she tore her ACL in the tournament. So she might not be back until tournament time if she plays. And she would have definitely been the number one pick.
I think she can I think she can do enough in the offseason just working out. I think she still would be the number one pick if she decides to enter the draft.
I like I said, I don't know I know she was headed there. She still may be. She was one of those ones to watch in the tournament, and it was just sad to see her tear her ACL. But
Yeah, no, I definitely I picked them to be
yeah,
to hoist the trophy actually.
Yeah.
And when she got hurt, like the first or second round was early.
Yeah, it was early.
They still did a good job of making, I believe, to the Elite Eight.
They just couldn't
You
do it
know,
without Juju.
pay or somebody from Chicago, frustrated sports fan, that they can show up in the live chat. We appreciate you.
We're not reading none of his. Man, take that comment down. We don't even acknowledge him. Stay on vacation, man. We don't talk to you.
Right.
You won't show up to work. You can't call in and give orders. That's
Yeah, man. But I mean, like, if she entered the draft and you didn't take her first, and you got the first pick, and she turned out to be who we thought she is, oh man, that GM is out of there and going down in infamy in that team's history.
for sure.
Like, how could you pass over Juju Watkins? I mean, ACL tears and meniscus tears are a routine thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put in the work, most of the athletes come back just as good, if not better.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, the ACL was just
Oh,
about death sentence. Like
career threatening, definitely.
yeah. You you didn't jump the same, you didn't run the same. It was, but now
Right.
the technology, and in a lot of cases, it's not even a full year of recovery for some. Some might be 7 or 8 months and they're back running.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Depending upon who you are.
Depending upon who you are, which
Yeah.
is let's never forget about Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. That man was a machine.
He was a machine.
I think he was ready to 3 months.
just pure athletes.
Yeah.
Pure athletes.
Yeah.
Him and LeBron might be two of the top 5 all time. Pure athletes.
I will never agree to that.
Okay. I don't know. Well, you just hating, June, because you don't like LeBron.
I am. It's purely. Hey, he's a specimen indeed, though. He's probably probably the best athlete ever in the NBA.
Yeah, and when you said machine, that took me there, right? I mean, because Adrian Peterson played the running back position at a high level for a long time. I mean, Frank Gore played a long time too, and he had several knee injuries.
Yeah.
He was consistently good. AP came off the injury and was MVP good, carrying the team in your division of football, the NFC North.
It was luck. I can't give him kind of pride. He gave us all kind of fits, man. AP was just AP, man.
Let me ask you one question. Tim says amen to what you said. I don't know if that was on you.
That was about LeBron.
Were you hating initially? Or is it on the amen side of he's probably the best athlete in basketball ever?
I don't know when he put. I don't know how Tim feels. So I talked on both sides of the spectrum, so I ain't no telling.
Right. So that amen could be for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So what's Gavin saying real quick? Plans in Vegas fall through, but I think Seattle will stick to and end up getting one. I think Seattle gets back. I think Detroit gets back. As far as WNBA, are you talking NBA now?
I think he's talking WNBA.
Okay. But both those markets are available in NBA too. So
yeah, for sure. I can see a basketball team in Vegas.
Oh yeah, definitely
see that. Oh, he's talking about the NBA.
Okay, yeah. So aren't they great move the Oakland A's over to Vegas sometime soon?
I don't want to see that. Leave Oakland and Oakland. They must. Is their attendance bad?
I think it's their stadium and the ability to be able to come together and get new stuff. Golden State did, but Golden State moved from Oakland to San Francisco, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
Across the bridge and,
Oh, Tim said they do. The Storm. My bad, Tim. You guys do have a team already.
Yeah.
That's true. I hope y'all get an NBA team back, man. Bring the Sonics back.
I missed them.
But June, before we go to break, we'll come back and talk about, give our finals assessment preview. Let me ask you one question, man. Sure. The best, in your opinion, obviously, I guess it would be IMO if it was in my opinion, but IYP in your opinion, IYO. Who is the best sports athlete, personality, the total package in Detroit history. Who do you get at to?
Oh, golly. Athlete. You know, I'm going to probably get killed for this, but when you think of athlete all around like that, you just don't have one that stands out like that from a physical specimen. Oh boy. I would say Megatron, probably.
Ooh. See, I think you thinking just, and the question, I get it. Athlete, athletically in general. I'm talking about sports person in Detroit
Oh,
sports cultural history. I mean, to me, I'm thinking Barry Sanders or Isaiah Thomas. I don't know. That's
oh,
just
I
me.
thought you meant from a physical specimen.
Oh no, it definitely
He,
probably would be
'cause he
Megatron.
was
But
so he was 6'5", ran a 4.3, and so big. But definitely, it's either the guys on my wall, Isaiah Thomas or Barry Sanders. Those would be the cream of the crop. And I would think it would be more so Isaiah Thomas because of the championships.
oh,
He has two.
good delineation there, waiter. Because Barry's all-time leading rusher,
Yeah.
but Isaiah brought hardware to the city, and a culture started. Sheesh, 35 years ago that still exists.
I can remember when Isaiah got here as a rookie, and I went to go see. I was young,
At
and
the Silver Dome
at the Silver Dome saw them play
with them
against.
with them with them with them shiny silver glittery uniforms.
Yeah,
I used to go to the Silver Dome back in the day too with them
yeah,
super playing stuff. But go ahead.
and they played the Bucks, and the Bucks had Junior Bridgman. The Bucks had
Sidney Moncrief.
Sidney Moncrief. They had a group, great group of guys on the floor, and the Pistons were, trying to get there, and Isaiah went bananas, right? And not too far after that, not too long after that, Chuck Daly told Isaiah, "You can score 40 every night. You're capable, but you can either score 40 every night, or we can win championships." And I need you to be all around point guard. Get your teammates involved. And he chose to do so. And that's why he's one of my favorites.
He definitely bought in.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, one of my favorite players ever. I mean, one of that list grows. I mean, it becomes more players in the pool. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But Isaiah still, to me, and it gets more difficult as you go along. But depending on how you categorize Steph, by Isaiah, the second best point guard in NBA history.
Yeah.
IMO.
I think he's definitely top five.
Oh, without a doubt, that's easy.
I mean, you can argue whether he's number 2 or number 3, but he's definitely top 5. No doubt.
With that being said, man, we're gonna take our first break and come back and actually GStacks say Isaiah.
Yeah.
Tim says Dennis Rodman with a LOL. I mean, outside of basketball, Dennis Rodman might be the guy. I didn't realize how rich Dennis is. I saw something on about him. He does all kinds of stuff for charity and has a $20 million home and all kinds of stuff Dennis got going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube on the Know It All's YouTube channel, stay with us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and like, hit that on the Know It All channel for us. Check us out on the Bleachers to Speakers channel too for Detroit Piston fans. And hey, even frustrated Chicago sports fans, if any of y'all here, we appreciate you. Even though you have no representation, just like you didn't have representation in the playoff, it works. So we'll be right back at this quick break. Stay with us. And we're back in the Central Division Showdown talking NBA Finals preview.
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? And you know what I mean? Well, June, what do you think the NBA is thinking about this small market matchup, man?
I think I think the best scenario for the NBA is to turn a small market into a big market. And I think let's take it back to the beginning of the season. We knew OKC was going to be good. Not number one in the West, and they were number one predominantly most of the year, and here they are playing for the championship. Indiana, we knew they were going to be good, playoff good. We didn't think they would be in the Eastern Conference Championship. In the NBA championship. I'm sorry. But I think this is good for basketball. I think it goes to my theory as well. No longer do you have the super teams where you're building where you're getting 3 or 4 of the top guys that hope to get you there. I think a new era has started when you get a Batman and a Robin. Get a Batman and a Robin and some players around them that's going to buy in. And I think you're going to see that, because and then plus it's becoming expensive. You get 3 or 4 people on your team that want $60 million a year. You're not going to have anybody else on the team with the payroll, with the salary cap. So I think what we're seeing right here, we're seeing a trend that's going to start where you get you a Batman and a Robin, and you don't have to get all these superstars on your team. You get 1A and 1B, and you rock with it. And I think this is a win-win situation for the NBA when you got 2 smaller market teams playing for the championship with superstars on the team.
Right. I think this is the smallest of the small market matchups we see. I mean, a few years ago didn't we see Phoenix and Boston? Was that a matchup?
Was it Boston? I know Phoenix was.
No, it wasn't Phoenix, Boston. Who did Phoenix play in the finals and lose to?
I know who you're talking about.
It was Milwaukee, Phoenix.
Milwaukee, yeah. They were 2 small
Yeah,
market teams.
2 small markets, but they had superstars. Like, Giannis was on top of the NBA world at the time, Devin Booker. But let's go to this series. So let me just start out with this, ask you, June, who are the Batman and Robins on both of these teams? Because they're both deep, right? I mean, so I think I know I know one Batman for sure. Okay. Shea, let's just say that.
Okay.
Who's Batman on the Pacers? Tell me Batman first on the Pacers.
Batman on the Pacers is Halliburton.
Halliburton. Did you see the clip where Halliburton thought he was going to the Eastern Conference Final MVP?
He was hoping. But you know what? You brought up, I think it was you. It might have been you. But
if it was a good take, it probably was me. I'll take credit after I hear what you said.
I don't know. There were people talking down on Siakam, and we were saying I think you said he wasn't a superstar. That's what you said.
Yeah, I said he wasn't a superstar.
And I said he's very, very good.
You did.
He's very good.
And I would have said very, very good, but I think this was like one of the first 2 or 3 shows we did, and we were breaking down the players in the Central and like who's the guy on what team and who's the best players in the division. And somebody was trying to put Pascal as one of the top 5 in the division. I still don't know that did I go there.
I mean, I think I did. I think I had him in my top 5.
A couple of y'all did. Like 2 people did.
And the reason why I say that, because whenever Siakam played against the Pistons, whether it was on Toronto or Indiana, he got crazy on us. I saw that animal up live and in person, and he gets crazy. And I think they have a good mix with Halliburton and Siakam. Now, what makes this whole player, and then OKC, they're Batman and Robin, SGA and Jalen Williams. That's their Batman and Robin. But what makes this series so great is offense sells tickets. These guys are going to run up and down the court. They're going to shoot threes all day. They're going to play 8 or 9 deep. It's going to be one where lace up your track shoes and they're going to run. And this is going to sell. People are going to watch the games. If game 1 is about 150 to 140, you're gonna see record breaking viewership because they're going to score so many points. If it lives up to the hype, scoring wise.
Man from the 5th floor said Siakam is a great role player.
I give you that.
Yeah, that's where I was at on my take earlier in the year. I mean, I'm not down. He was a Robin on the championship team.
Yeah, I can't argue with him with anyone that says he's a great role player. He is. When you say superstar, you think of someone that, they walk out of a building, and the cameras are everywhere and kids are running up. No, Siakam's not that superstar. He's not the face of the NBA. He's not, one of those.
He's not the face of the Pacers.
He's not the face of the Pacers. He's not the face of the Eastern Conference. He's just one of those players that's very good at his role, and he has the ability. Now, he's a great role player. That's the best way I can say. He's a great role player, and I think Tim Lyons mentioned in the chat that he reminds him of Pippen, and with that role, yes, I can agree with that, and I think they played differently, but Pippen was.
I mean, but because he's a great number 2, not because he's as good as Scottie Pippen. He don't remind me of Scottie Pippen.
I think the role though,
okay, yeah,
just
a great number 2,
great number 2
on a team fighting for a championship.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I can get down with that one. Oh my gosh,
the Pacers fans is gonna stand up for their people. Talk, GStacks. Tell them.
GStacks, you got to go to what we call the rubber room, bro.
Crazy, man. You right. I am crazy.
GStacks to the rubber room.
Hey,
again, is a franchise elevator. Okay. Maybe franchise elevator. Maybe I need to take the rubber room. But I thought I said franchise player. I'm sorry. So, Tim, keep reading. You talking about that? What I just made the mistake on potentially? It still go to the rubber room, man. And if you keep talking, Tim, you're gonna go to.
He had another statement that said Jordan was the face, Pippen was his Robin. Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. And Siakam is a Robin.
Yeah.
But I mean, Siakam could be. They can interchange. You get inconsistencies from Tyler Halliburton. You know what I mean? He steps up in big moments, though.
Game 5. What, he has 7 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was
that. Not in the playoffs.
I thought he was going to make my. I thought he was going to make my take good again, because the day I said that take about he need to be a consistent real end. that's the game in game 4. He showed up and showed out. I was like, damn, I gotta take all that back. But then game 5, 7 points, quiet as a church mouse. You don't see him all up in the videos at the end of the game and all that. He put the towel over his shoulder and with the picture of himself on he got from his dad and go to the locker room,
There's another comment by GStacks. Pascal's a glorified Lamar Odom. I'm gonna tell you something about Lamar Odom, man. On that Lakers team, he was underrated as far as his how valuable he was to that team. Like he was very underrated in what he did on that team, for that team. So, yeah.
He was not agree with you, and jokers don't remember, man, because now Lamar Odom kind of old and then had difficulties, at least for a while, with his life after basketball and stuff. But Lamar Odom was a beast. coming out of Rhode Island, coming out of college.
Hey, bro. That was when college basketball was that.
Was that? I agree.
That when he came out of Rhode Island, and I thought he thought he was going to be the number one pick that year, and I don't think he was.
No, I don't think he was number one overall, but you had guys like, remember Tim Thomas?
Tim Thomas, Villanova.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them guys was like that, man. I mean,
they
didn't pan out, but they was like that.
It was like that. And he was very hyped coming into college.
Very high. He was higher ranked than Kobe. They came out at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
Played high school around the same time.
Yeah. Tim Thomas was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on college basketball back in the day, man. I remember the Big East Challenge and Big Monday. Big Monday was a big game night for college basketball. I remember on Saturdays, NBC, Notre Dame used to have a good basketball team all the time. And
remember the other Glenn Doc Rivers, what's his name? David Rivers. David Rivers
with the afro, yeah.
With the afro.
Yeah, he was all right. LaFonso Ellis was
LaFonso Ellis. Yeah.
He was good. I mean, and then ABC used to have all the ABC on Saturdays used to have the matchups on college basketball too.
The Big Ten matchups.
Yeah. If you didn't listen to Mr. Vitale, I didn't want to say his first name because it's a pause era.
Richard Vitale.
You didn't listen to Richard Vitale. Gotta get it to you, baby.
He's a diaper dandy, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, man, like the Michigan was good always back then. When Steve Smith was still in the college for Michigan State.
Steve Smith was one of my favorite players, and I'm a Michigan fan. He played for State. I was a big fan of Steve Smith.
He from the D though.
From Detroit.
No Diddy from Detroit. I'm sure he from somebody D, but
yo.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah, he went to Detroit Pershing. That was no Diddy.
You got to chill.
That was for myself.
Yeah, he went to Detroit.
I got carried away. Yeah, he did.
Detroit Pershing High School on the east side. It's no longer a school, but yeah.
You remember Illinois was really good with
Illinois had a squad, especially in '89 with Lowell Hamilton and Bardo and Marcus Kennedy.
Kenny Battle, Marcus Liberty, Nick Anderson,
Kendall Gill. They beat the brakes off Michigan in both of the regular season games, and we won in the tournament on the last second shot.
In the Elite Eight or Final Four?
That was Final Four,
and that was the year that y'all beat Seton
Hall. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school, and I stayed up late to watch that game. I had school the next morning.
Wow, that was the Glenn Rice coming out party.
Glenn Rice. He was a junior that year, but he was a promising freshman. He did decent as a sophomore in that junior year. He just caught fire. He was always good during the regular season, but he caught fire in the tournament. I think he averaged over 30.
Hey man, the live chat talking about I sound like I'm sipping on something, man. I got all these legit takes. Y'all think talk about I'm sipping on gin and juice. What is y'all talking about, man? Bro, man, Fifth Flow.
Wow, what did you say? Man. What did you say?
I don't even know what part I said, man. Maybe it's about he came from somebody.
Oh yeah, that was kind of make you think you've been drinking.
Right. You know, I got a water and ginger ale mix in here actually, so I'm not drinking anything alcoholic beverages. But June, real quick, because it's what we're here for. I see this series playing out, and we're gonna make our picks. Let me go. I Well, if you start Thursday week, by the time we get back here, it's going to be 3 games into it.
Yeah.
Or close to go. That third game probably be that night.
Probably. Let's see. They play Thursday. They're going to play Saturday.
Probably Saturday night, and then probably Monday.
Yeah, third game will probably.
It could be a travel day though, but Indiana OKC ain't that far. But I think the game's already is on the calendar though.
Okay.
I don't think travel time makes a difference. I think they allot a certain amount of travel time between. So it'll probably be 2 days. So probably Thursday, Saturday, then Tuesday. So there'll be 2 games into it.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be a fun, exciting series.
They're going to score a lot.
I'm expecting they're going to score a lot, but they play good. They could just be
both teams play good defense, though.
Yeah, it could be a rat race where you're missing shots and you're just up and down. You're still, if the over-under was 225, what you taking?
Game
1.
It's in OKC.
It's in OKC.
Over.
See, I'm taking the under, June. We can revisit this. Keep game 1. You said over 225. I said under 25. Under 225.
Say over.
I kind of got the game playing out 106, 103.
I got it like 130, 120.
Ooh, up and down like that?
Yeah. I think they're gonna score in the 120s at least.
But we talking about the number 1 rated defensive team in OKC. We talking about a team that's played great defense since the playoffs started. In Indiana, I think Nimhart, Neesmith can both share the responsibilities of playing Shea defensively and give him some problems. Shea's been known to have high volume shot games when he scores his point, but a defender can make it difficult on him. And I think you're going to see Lou Dort or Caruso or Jalen Williams give Tyrese Halliburton problems.
Yeah.
Also, and I think that slows down both offenses, right? I mean, because both these teams will pick up from 94 feet. I think that's their plan for each other. It's going to be like, remember the 40 Minutes of Hell, Nolan Richardson, Arkansas, talking about college basketball?
Come on, man. Do I remember? Come on, man.
Yeah, I gotta put some respect on your name, OG, because you said you graduated when Michigan won that championship. I was a couple years behind.
Mayberry, Todd Day.
Todd Day, leave. Big Oliver Miller, R.I.P. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Corliss Wilson was the guy, though.
That was when they won it. I want to say 96, 97 around there.
I want to say 94.
It might have been 94. It might have been earlier.
I think it was 94.
94, 95, they were very, very good.
I think that was the Final Four that Big Dog Glenn Robinson was in, and Grant Hill and Duke made it. And did Michigan make it? That was Jalen Rose and Juwan Howard after Weber left.
We lost to Arkansas.
In the Elite Eight.
Yeah, we lost to Arkansas in Elite Eight, and it was just Juwan and Jalen. They were they were good, but they wasn't an elite team without Weber.
That's another underrated player. He's a Hall of Famer, but Chris Webber was that guy. But back to the series, man. I think it's going to be up and down. It's going to be messy because the defense is going to force it to be a sloppy game. I think Rick Carlisle's the better coach. I think Shea's the better superstar. Even though OKC has great role players, I think they both have great role players. So Indiana going to need Pascal Siakam because I see him drawing a lighter defensive matchup than what Tyrese Halliburton going to draw. You know what I mean? So, I mean, because you can't put Dort on Siakam. I guess you can if you put Caruso and him both in the game, though. That's problems.
And, man, don't be surprised after the first half of game one, the score is 70-65. Don't be surprised. You muted?
Yeah, I'm going to find myself. And I'm going to say Don't be surprised if it's 55-48 at halftime.
I would be disappointed if it's 55.
I wouldn't. I mean, in football, you like to see a shootout all the time. Sometimes you like to see a defensive struggle.
It's not that. I just think these teams are primed to run and play and score. I think there's going to be some defense played in clutch situations, but for the most part, these guys are going to run up and down and just, when it's time to play defense in the fourth quarter, there's going to be some times when they do it, but I think for the most part, they're just going to be running and gunning.
Right. No, I mean, I agree. I just think the shooting percentages are going to be low. And I'm going to pick OKC to win the series 4-2.
I got OKC in 7.
OKC in 7. I like that too. I just was putting some respect on the 68-win team versus the 51-win team. I mean, so it's sometime the cream rises, right?
Hey, yo.
Water reaches its level. Hey, man. I thought with me and you doing the show together, all this stuff would be minimal.
No, Diddy. You got the chill.
And I owe myself one.
All right. You have to be pause compliant.
You do.
We still have to be pause compliant. I think GStacks mentioned something about Mathurin. I think Mathurin is one of those players you do have to watch out for. I'm watching play at Arizona. This guy he's super athletic, jump out the gym, and he can shoot. So this guy, I'm surprised he's off the bench. I thought he'd be for sure a starter, but the other guy, number 23, I forget his name. He's been
is that Nesmith?
Nesmith, and the yellow dude, he's very, very underrated.
Nimhart.
Nimhart is very.
Did you just call him yellow dude?
Yeah, he yellow.
But did you call him yellow dude? Like
yellow. He light skinned.
Go stand in the corner now.
He looks like Pacer yellow, bro.
I mean, I won't comment on it, but if nothing else, that's politically incorrect. But go ahead.
You knew what I was talking about when I said it, right?
Oh yeah.
That was the whole point. That's the whole point. You knew what I was talking about. But
he said the other guard that played good defense. Oh, Nimhart.
I mean, you could have said anybody on that team. There's a couple guards on.
But yeah, okay.
But I look at the guard play for Indiana, and I look at Nimhart. He it seems like he doesn't miss an open jumper, and then it doesn't matter if it's from 2 or 3. And the timeliness of his jumpers is just is water. And then you got McCollum. Don't get started. I can't stand him, but he's good.
He's good. He's good in his role.
I'm tired of him running under the basket, running past the rim, running under the basket, come back and shoot a mid-range 2, and it's nothing but net.
Yeah.
He does that so much.
TJ, yeah. He's
TJ is all right.
One of them guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of them guys.
Right. Yeah.
One of them guys, one of them Hoosier guys, everybody roots for.
Yeah. I think we're in for some high scoring, man. I'm sorry. Everybody I talked about they're a bucket.
Now you got Tim being politically incorrect. You got Big Pun laughing at the yellow dude.
Yeah, man. They know
he called him yellow.
Yeah, light skin.
Yeah, man. So he can call Caruso opaque.
Yeah.
See, June.
I would have said headband with Caruso though. Guy with the headband.
You're gonna get the FCC on us, man, on our channel here.
Man, hey.
But yeah, man. So you got 4-3 OKC. I got 4-2 OKC.
Mm-hmm.
I got it being more low scoring games than you. You got more high scoring, but we tend to agree on who the winner.
I think it's gonna be a great series though.
And I think big picture, I think because you said Jalen Williams was robbing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chet, and I think as you project out, they look at it as Chet too.
Hey man, I got a problem with Chet.
You got a problem with everybody, June. What's your problem with Chet, man? Because he opaque. He the opaque dude.
This is not about skin tone.
Okay. What is it then?
Chet was. I remember the hype about Chet, right? This 7-foot guy that can shoot from everywhere, that can handle, and this, that, and other. Out of high school,
Yeah.
gets on the NBA court, and maybe I'm a little harsh, but he seems to miss a lot of open threes. I like to see what his percentage is from three in the playoffs because it's not been good when I watch.
Let me check.
And he's better getting in the post, cleaning up the missed shots, doing what he has to do. Now, I could be wrong, but he
33.3%. He makes one of every three.
Yeah, I don't want that from my power forward center.
But the fact that he's capable maker, it stretches the floor, it opens everything up.
Okay.
And I mean,
let me ask you this, and be honest. Do you feel more comfortable with Miles Turner taking that shot from outside or Chet?
Miles Turner.
And what's his percentage?
Let me check.
Even if it's 33% is equal, you're still going to feel the same way. Probably ain't that much higher.
Much higher, 40%.
I probably, but I think if my center is going to take some shots, my center is going to take.
Hartenstein's a center. I mean, who's?
If my big man if my 4 or 5 is going to take that shot, he needs to be 40% or better.
Oh, not many guys are that. Cat.
That's right. Get your ass in the paint. Exactly.
June, the game changed, man. We ain't looking at your boy.
I know it. I
got
my ways, man. I know it.
I get it. I mean, that's back when the game used to be inside out. Now the game more outside in.
He said Spicy P is going to get
What's Stack say?
Spicy P is going to give Chet that work.
Hey, I get it.
You know what? They showed the other day, him on the bench with his clothes on. I said, oh my gosh, I didn't know that existed.
What's that? What we talking about?
Oh man, Miles Turner was sitting. They had him on the bench. He had on the bench.
They had him and Cat in the side by side.
Oh man,
like the big matchup between the Pacers and the Knicks, and it didn't. It looked like that was Spicy P.
That was spicy.
But yeah, man. So before we get out of here, man, let's talk briefly about some of the players that could be traded because all this is about to ramp up. I mean, the teams are talking now. You know what I mean? The finals still has to go on. Those teams have to wait, but teams have started talking. We could potentially we'll see KD traded, Giannis traded. Zion is on the market, I hear.
Oh, who cares?
But still, he's a name. He's like a three-time All-Star.
Yeah, to Mariah.
To Mariah. Mariah who?
Mills.
Who is that?
Oh my gosh.
I gotta look her up.
Don't
do
it.
No, I gotta know, man. You can't just be name dropping stuff and I not know who it is. Oh, the wrestler?
No. Never mind.
Man, who is Mariah Mills then? Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Okay, yeah, we won't talk about her, but if you don't know Mariah Mills, look her up. Like I did, because I don't know Mariah Mills. And I don't know how June knows Mariah Mills. I don't know Mariah Mills.
The news, brother. Okay. The news.
The news, okay.
News.
Bro man says Chet and Hartenstein are both centers. Karl Anthony Towns wants to be a guard and not a true center. Karl's not a true center. He got that AD syndrome. He don't want to get any. he's not good defensively anyway. He did guard Joker good when he's in Minnesota one postseason because I think Joker is another non-athlete like him, and they just were banging with each other. Carl stood a chance in that matchup, but he was picked on. The problem with the Knicks is both their best players are both defensive liabilities.
I think Cat gets a bad rap because when he's on and he's shooting from outside and he's getting buckets, he's he's amazing to some. And then when he's having a bad game, he's having those same shots. They just aren't falling. So it just looks bad.
Hey, read Big Pun's comment.
Big Pun says Kevin Durant needs to start answering for missing playoffs and getting trounced in first rounds.
He has been since he went to New Jersey or Brooklyn and to Phoenix, but KD still that guy. I like to see him traded to Minnesota. Bruh man from the fifth floor. He obviously did his research. He didn't sound like he didn't know either, June. Nobody knows this but you.
She just filed a lawsuit against him, so that's what's in the news.
What's the lawsuit about? Not tell me what it's about, but never mind. Never. That's you know what? That's one of the first topics on our new All About Everything show. So check it out when we figure out what that is.
Yeah, I think she's seeking $50 million or something like that from him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like another. I don't know why the little homie Travis Hunter went ahead and got married, man. I don't know, but you know, that thing is a thing, boy. It's all powerful.
Hey man, you can tell by his smile something ain't right with him.
Pun say where Giannis gonna end up.
I had a theory about it, but I think it's going out the window.
What theory was that?
Well, I think Milwaukee's in a position where they can get a lot for him, right? And I thought it was two bona fide teams that could give up a lot, but yet still gain from the trade. And that was Houston. And that was probably, I said Houston and OKC. They have a lot of young players that they could package and send for Giannis. But Milwaukee, in order for Milwaukee to trade, they're going to feel like they're starting all over. So they're going to need some kind of compensation for it. And there's only a couple teams that have a lot. Like, let's say Houston, right? They got a big man, Seagal, right? Is that his name? I'm Seagal. Let's say you give me him, you give me Van Fleet, and you give me somebody else.
I don't want Van Fleet's not on my timeline. You give me him and Thompson or him and Jalen Green, and we can do that.
Yeah, but I don't think that it'll be someone. I think they keep. You can do that, but I think they keep Jalen Green and Thompson. I think they throw in some, and that's why I say
the one dude who can shoot, the tall dude, Jabari Smith.
You might give up Jabari Smith. You might give him some.
Oh, you got to give up. They don't want Van Fleet, June.
I'm just saying you're just giving away bodies at this point, right? Because if you say I'm going to go away from giving, I'm trading you my franchise player, my all-star 4. We're going to play differently. So give me a 3-point shooter, give me a big man, and someone else, you know what I'm saying, of value. Now, I'm not saying Van Fleet isn't the one of value. He's your 3-point shooter that complements the 2 that you're trading, and it makes it an attractive offer.
But Van Fleet is 30, 31. He's a win now player. They're not trying to win now. They're not ready to win now.
But at the same time, you got to
think Van Fleet needed to make the money work. Somebody like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Houston is like, okay, we're not going to win anything with this guy. This guy just went crazy in the playoffs. They might buy it. Instead of having to give up Thompson or Jalen
Oh,
Brown.
I mean, Houston would do it. I'm saying if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not doing it. I want 2 young guys and 3 picks.
I'm willing. I mean, however it goes, but they have the pieces to make a play.
They do.
And they have, and just like OKC does, they have the pieces to trade and get a Giannis.
I feel like I read today that Giannis has major interest in Toronto.
Now that's weird.
It's weird, but it's out there.
That's
It's
weird.
out there. I mean, Toronto got some good young pieces though.
But Scotty Barnes, you give up Scotty Barnes.
They picked up Brandon Ingram. I think they want to keep Scotty Barnes. They got RJ Barrett. They got a few young. I think they got assets too. I mean, so I don't know, but I read that today that they going after Giannis, KD, or Jaylen Brown. And Giannis has interest in Toronto. So, and those some other players, KD and Jaylen Brown, Zion.
That's a sleeper team that could be in that Giannis mold. Boston. Let's say, for instance, you already got old boy gone for most of the year, Tatum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you trade Jaylen Brown, a couple other people, give me Giannis. You know what I'm saying?
But then with no Tatum, what they gonna do? Yeah, you wasting a year with Giannis.
Hey, you're gonna waste a year without Giannis, without Tatum.
Yeah, Boston, but Giannis don't want to go to a team that ain't ready to compete right now.
Hey, if he's willing to waive his trade clause, it doesn't, and he'll go wherever. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think he has a no trade clause.
They could be a dark horse where they can give up somebody like a Jaylen Brown, where Milwaukee be like, oh, we can get a franchise player for a franchise player. Cool.
If I'm doing that, I'm giving up Tatum. If I'm Boston, and we're gonna keep going forward next year.
You're not gonna accept a hurt player for Giannis.
You got to sweeten it up, but if I can still compete with Jaylen Brown and Giannis.
I think you compete with the team they have now and Giannis without Jaylen Brown.
Ooh.
Okay.
No Jaylen Brown, no Tatum. You put Giannis on the team, they're in the same situation. He back with Drew Holiday.
But that same situation is competing. Because they were competing without Tatum.
I personally think Boston gonna blow it up.
I think so, and I think the player they gonna get rid of is that $300 million man.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by Jaylen Brown. They gonna not tank next year, but they know they're not gonna compete next year.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna probably let Drew Holiday walk or trade him.
Mm-hmm. Jaylen
Brown. They're gonna let Tatum get healthy and get under the cap because they had the second apron.
Mm-hmm.
Get under that, and then going into 26, 27, Tatum's back, you bring a new free agent, and you go from there. Next year is just a reset to me. That team is done competing for championships with Tatum and Brown at $600 million.
Yeah.
We'll
see. I mean, I'm just saying it's a possibility where they could do some things. Dallas could be with the number 1 pick. Say, hey, take this number 1 pick and another player and give us Giannis. You can take the Duker.
Hey, you probably gotta give me a couple other young pieces, but I could do that.
It's not just gonna be a straight up trade. You're gonna have to sweeten the deal because, like I said,
right.
Milwaukee's just not gonna take whatever. You're gonna have to make it attractive. You're gonna have to make it lucrative for them.
You can have anything on my roster you want outside of AD and Kyrie. I'm pairing Giannis with AD and Kyrie.
Yeah, and San Antonio could be.
They got assets too, and
They got assets. They definitely. I mean, if you wanted to say take Fox and a couple other players.
Yeah, that's what I would get rid of is Fox and probably the small forward. I forgot his name. Not Castle, not Wemby.
And they're not
Neither one of my rookie views.
Castle and Wemby are staying.
Yeah, Castle and Wemby are staying. Anything else, we can negotiate.
They'll probably give up the farm except them two, and
right.
You let me keep Giannis, and they'll be a major player. Major player.
Dallas is not going to trade the first pick. They're going Cooper Flag. They got to get
I'm just saying possibilities. I'm not saying what they're going to do, but they do have assets to make that trade for Giannis.
Yeah, they got to get their blue-eyed, blonde-hair assassin back in some kind of way, shape, or form. So
Milwaukee's just not going to take whatever. They're going to try to get over.
Yeah, but I think Kyrie will be back, bro, man. I think Kyrie game ages well. You know what I mean? He got the handle, he got the shot, and he can distribute. I mean, and I think we talked about ACLs earlier. People recover for them pretty standard nowadays. But with that being said, man, we're gonna wrap it up and get out of here. We at the hour and 6 minute mark. June, man, go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, what you got going on, and just all that, man.
There's 3 guys, myself, Foster, and Coach. We are at Bleachers to Speakers YouTube channel. There we have all kinds of content. We got Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons, Detroit Tigers, and I must say the Tigers are up 8-0 versus the White Sox right now. So we doing our thing. We have a lot of player profiles that we're talking about with the draft. So if you don't know about a specific draft player, NBA draft player, we're going to do a player profile evaluation on them and highlight. Just check us out, man. And you can listen to us. If you don't want to watch us, you can listen to us on anywhere you could hear a podcast. Just go in there and type in Post Game Podcast, FFSN, or Bleachers to Speakers, FFSN. You can catch me and Foster out. Or Corner to Copa. That's the baseball show. Corner to Copa, Detroit Tigers. You can do it, Corner to Copa, FFSN, and you can check us out. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you download those episodes. And just check us out.
Yeah, everybody, check out the Bleachers Speaker channel, the podcast, get everything Detroit, and just get some good content, man. The homie June be coming with the intro beats and the break beats. I mean, check it out just for the music. You know?
I'm brewing up more stuff this summer, man. I'm gonna have a whole new intro and everything else. So
okay, man, we'll come up with something to pass over this way, man. We pay for a beat.
I got you.
You know, we get the brotherhood discount around here though, hopefully.
Oh man, I don't charge nothing. I'll just send you something.
Okay. No, that works. But yeah, man, this is, the Know It Alls channel. Check us out every Sunday at 6 p.m. Myself and Big G will be back on Wednesday on this channel with the Smash the Gas podcast for all you Pittsburgh Steelers fans and haters. We welcome everybody. We welcome eyes and thumbs up is what we welcome. So tune in to that. Then we jump over to the Steel Curtain Network, also part of the Fans First Sports Network. Right after the Smash the Gas and jump on over to a Pump Your Brakes podcast, where we'll talk about exclusively again, Steel Curtain Network, more Steelers. Friday night, we get down with the homies with Pay and B Dirt. Though Pay is, we don't know if Pay gonna be there yet. We don't know.
And who cares about Pay?
With B Dirt and myself and Big G, we know that. And we talk about AFC North football. Then on OT, we talk about everything. We talk about sports in general. Who knows what we'll get into? I typically produce most of the other shows. Those guys got a rotating door where they come up with the production for overtime, so I never know what. That's when I get to kind of chill, and they pick the topic. So I just roll with what they go with. So that is Friday night. So yeah, check us out on all that stuff, man. Listen, wherever you get your audio podcasts, we everywhere. All these shows are everywhere on all audio platforms. Check them all out. Thanks for rocking with me and June tonight on the Central Division Showdown. And with that being said, man, we about to get out of here. Any final words, June?
Detroit basketball.
That's it.
You know, I was going to play the outro and cut it short, but now we're going to play it to the end. We know what the end brings since you hit us with that Detroit basketball. With that being said, we out.